Button, and I'm pushing record, buddy. And we are live. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Woo!
Welcome to Crypto Let's Talk.
Year number one. Year number. See, this is why this camera situation we need to get fixed. I don't know.
It's
This
all
is
good,
difficult.
buddy. It's all good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
I'm gonna
is.
fall over.
Oh, don't fall over, please. I can't pick
This
you
is
up.
like trying to walk uphill going downhill. It just
I
doesn't
can't
work.
pick you
Uphill
up.
going
Don't fall over.
Either way, I'm going to hurt myself. It's dangerous. So
Do not
dangerous.
fall over. I will not be able to pick you up.
Hey, so let's see. I just got back home, guys. I just got off the road or from the meeting I was in.
Yep,
And
I've been in meetings all day.
yeah, I had to go to meetings, so I didn't get to do them right here. But everybody in the world doesn't have Zoom, and I like to look people in the eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wear glasses so I can see better, but when I'm talking, really, I take my glass. I'm like, hey, now look.
Right.
Because I saw just fine for 39 years.
Yes.
Until I went to the eye doctor and they said I needed bifocals. I'm like, I do not need bifocals.
Yes, you do. You need them for reading, son.
Apparently. And he was an older doctor, so I couldn't argue with him.
Right.
Because, I was raised right. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so it was a good meeting because we were going over everything and I was explaining the size of the company and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, look, I can just get this stuff printed. That's no big deal. But what I'm trying to do is form a relationship with them, just like in any business. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Just like what we're supposed to be doing in all our businesses, to be like, hey, let me let you know what all I got going on here and where we're going with this. And this is the vision. This is the plan.
Right. Right.
And so
what did you say earlier? You said you told them, hey, look, I'm not just coming here to get some family reunion T-shirts
for the family reunion. No. I was like, and yes, I'm doing what would be considered a minimal size run.
Right.
This first, I was like, but we both need to fill each other out. You might not want to do business with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is as much for you as it is for me.
Correct.
And so we got it all pretty worked out good. I'll have another meeting tomorrow.
Sweet.
But because they're letting me meet with the higher up, you know what I mean? Because they took what I said seriously. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And went, okay, we need to really, if we want to get together and collaborate on things, and do you really provide these numbers at some point? I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, well, okay. Now we're talking something a little bit different. I was like, yeah, I know. So hopefully, I can work out some deals on some shipping things and things like that, and really streamline the process. You know what
Correct.
I mean? And we're starting out. We're a brand new little business, and that's what we are. Please, everybody, we want your support. Please, you know what I mean? We're excited. And I know you're thinking you went in a Western shirt to a meeting. Well, you got to remember, yeah, I did.
He lives in Eureka Springs, y'all.
Yeah.
So here's what I love about this. Okay, we're actually giving a real time update on something that we're doing, something that we're about to launch. And the name of it is Crypto Fashion. There will be things that are kryptonic in nature, if you will, and yes, I just made that word up. Kryptonic in nature that will not be. Yes, that's it. That will not be brand specific, like for a certain company or anything. So you can look forward to those things coming as well. And so I believe that these people were very impressed with the business plan. I also believe that these people were ready. I'm getting a reverb, buddy. I think they were ready. I think they were ready to do business with somebody that was ready to do business. That's the take that I get from that. I wasn't there, but my co-part was there. I didn't need to be there. He reported back to me, let me know what was going on, and it sounds like they may have some suggestions and some ideas, and also possibly some stuff on the shipping, and that would be great because at the end of the day, we really want to make sure that we deliver the best product for the best price and everybody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it's about. Okay. Now, I'd be lying if I was going to sit here and tell you, Joe and I aren't going to make $1 or $2 off of this. Okay. That, that doesn't bear to tell. You don't open a business not to make money. However, that being said, we're not looking to make our fortune off one person or three people or whatever, and we're trying to do everything the right way. So we're really excited about it. We thank you guys for your support so far on it. I know that Joe actually, and I need to make sure that we get that changed on the blog too, Joe. I noticed that
Oh
you
yeah,
got
I
a
changed.
email address.
Yeah, I changed the email address. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that. The website, I ran into a glitch or two on my design.
Okay.
As far as publishing it, you can go look at it, but it's registered as a weird domain. Apparently, I registered it under me.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time switching it.
Yeah.
It's my mess up. But you can go to the website too. It's I don't know what is it? CryptoJoe.wix.com, I think.
Oh, okay.
I
All right.
mean, you can go to Crypto Fashion, the site. I mean, and look at it. It's just a picture of the shirt on there, but you can read through the site or whatever. It's got a helicopter.
Right.
But yeah.
And we're in the beginning stages, and so anytime you're in the beginning stages of anything, it's one of those things where you want people to see, but you don't want them to take away the impression that that's all there is, because you're working on it. And what I want to say to everybody is this: crypto seems to be on the rise. Seems to be on the rise again. And we kind of expected that, y'all. Seriously, there's going to be a flush in the system, or what we call a flush in the system, pretty soon. They announced that it is affecting what people are doing in the crypto world. And it's just one of those things that, excuse me, it's just one of those things where we have to live with it, and we have to get around what's happening. So I'm going to open right now. I'm going to open up Coin Market Cap and tell you guys exactly what Bitcoin is at the moment. It is 7119 with 4 billion in volume. 4 billion in volume. So that's definitely better than yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, it's been like 3.
Yeah.
We've had a billion in volume in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So to people that don't understand what that means, okay, there's $1 billion more worth of Bitcoin that moved in the last 24 hours than there did the 24 hours previously.
Exactly.
Now, that's a lot, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we dipped down to like 69, and now it's at 71.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at that growth in value, and that's a lot of volume, though. $1 billion in volume is enormous.
Mm-hmm.
Take these numbers for granted. We say, oh, $1 million, like it's no big deal. We say 100,000 like it's no big deal. Well, that house costs 100. Because we've gotten used to these things. That's a ton of money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, it really is. And because of hyperinflation, or we don't really have hyper, but we have inflation. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's so all these things, milk's $4 a gallon or whatever. Well, everybody in Hawaii, there's no telling how much stuff is.
No. And we've got some Hawaiians on with us, actually.
They don't make Hawaiian cows, do they? Wait, do Hawaiian cows make Hawaiian punch?
Maybe so.
Well, brown cows make chocolate milk.
Right. Brown cows make chocolate milk. So
hey, where's soy sauce from? Where's soy sauce from, Chris?
I don't know. Where's soy sauce from?
Soil.
Oh, shut up, Joe. All right, y'all. So we're going to get kind of serious for a minute. We've had a really great morning. Everything's moving. Everything's going along. We're managing our businesses. We're influxing our businesses. We are talking to new people. We're starting new adventures. There's a lot of stuff happening, and all of this is because of the crypto world. For Joe and I, okay, like we would have never met each other if it wasn't for the crypto world. And for me, I am sincerely that person that believes that the universe does what it does. It makes no mistakes. And I'm really very, very sincerely happy that I got to meet Joe. You make a few friends in life that you can really call friends. And although Joe and I haven't met yet in person, by the way, just want to clear that up. Um,
That's true.
we haven't met yet in person. We plan to, but moreover, I feel like if I needed Joe at the spare of a moment, I could pick up the phone and say I need you, and he'd be there any way he could. And the same for me. And so I
Oh
feel
yeah, exactly.
very honored, very
Mhm.
privileged to have forged this relationship.
Thank you, Chris.
With
I feel the same way.
this gentleman right here. I love it. I love it to pieces. But um, here's something that's definitely different, right? Um, and okay, I'm gonna say it
Oh,
like this. Okay, I'm gonna say it
yeah.
like this. So sometimes we invest ourselves into businesses, into relationships, into people, and for whatever reason, some people are there for a season, some people are there for a lifetime, some people never go away, right? Like they just become part of your adventure. And I really believe that I've met a lot of those type of people in my cryptocurrency adventure. So I'm really, really, very, very happy about that. Now, additionally, I don't know if you guys are watching or not, or are ready to do some trading. I know there are a couple people that have reached out and said, "Hey, can you do a little trading class?" And here's what I'll say about that. I will not do a class. No, Joe and I will not do a class. What we will do is we'll jump on a Zoom and we'll share screen and we'll talk to you about what we look at and what we look for and what we think looks good and this, that, and the other. We will not advise and or teach on trading because
No,
neither one of us are certified traders, first and foremost, uh, nor are we financial advisors. And I would never want the burden of knowing that someone lost or gained everything they had just on something that I said. Now, that being said, there are certain things that you can look for. There's a lot of things that you can learn. Cryptogenics has definitely done a great job with giving you the beginnings, right? And so then it's up to you to kind of follow up and put in the pieces that you didn't get or that are missing for you specifically, because everybody's not going to do the same thing. So everything has to stay
no.
kind of generic in nature. Um, but that being said,
And
go ahead, Joe.
can I, oh, I was just going to add to what you're saying.
Mhm.
Um, and with that, we can actually learn from each other. We kind of had one of these things with one of our friends, and one of our other business partners, and
Mhm.
he came up with a great idea. He said, "Hey, I'm just looking for a 20% return." And we went, "Oh, wait a second. That's a really good idea." You know
Right?
what I mean? I mean,
Hmm.
it's easier to get 20 than 50, or
Absolutely.
100. You know, and so, especially when you're starting out, with these things, it's nice to see a win. Because I've got stuff locked up that guys we've all seen the market. You know what I mean? Like, I'm no genius. And
Yeah.
man, I've got poor Gloria, man. She reads every single chart.
Right.
And like, it's like I need to get her a computer, but I don't
Yeah.
know if it'll work. I don't know. She might outwork it. But,
Well, you know,
and still there's stuff that's down. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, but that doesn't bother me.
right.
Uh, we looked into things that we saw as good investments, actually. It's
Hmm.
for day trading, so usually you're just in, out, in, out, in, out. But well, let's play a little bit. Let's tweak what we're doing. Now, I may start tweaking what I'm doing back a little bit. Like, it's like a to get back to the seven the other direction. You're like, okay, we got to get back to the zero the other way.
Well, Joe, when we were
It's just a
starting to
fun
look,
learning.
right, when we were starting to look, and
Everything was done.
when we were starting to play, we had a plan in action. And
Yeah.
so everybody understands, this is something that I think is really, really important, and that's why I'm going to bring it up. And I don't mind, I absolutely don't mind lowering the curtain and letting people know that we're real, that we are growing, we are learning at the same time. I have no problem with that. if I'm following someone and I get the impression that that person's not growing or that they're not learning too, then I usually unfollow that person because I'm like, okay, this person's going to get stagnant and eventually the information that they're giving is going to be outdated and I'm going to be doing stuff because they said that this is what they were doing or what they thought and it's going to be completely wrong, right? So when we started looking at investing and day trading in some of the altcoins, Joe and I were talking about doubling our money. And the market was better, right? It was a double your money. So 20 turns to 40, you get the picture. 100 turns to 200. I don't need to keep going. Um, and so the market went down, and what Joe and I said, and Gloria's probably really wanting us to revamp our thought process on this, but what we said was, it'll go back up. It's just going to go down for a little while and it'll come back up, right? And so we haven't adjusted our thought process. And I think that's really important because, you can't control the
You gotta move.
market. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? And so it's been a few weeks. We haven't sold. We're still holding. And so, it comes down to maybe we should reconsider and say, okay, we're not going to double, but we're going to 20%, or we're going to 50% or whatever. Make a new plan and make it happen. Because here's what happens to everybody, y'all, is when you sit too long and your money's tied up too long, you get stagnant and you begin to think, hey, this isn't working. Okay. When in reality, it's working just fine. You chose to hold and you're holding. Okay. It's working.
Right.
I hate to break it
Yeah.
to you,
Okay.
but it's working.
Yeah. If you're not losing money, you're making money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Plain and simple. If you
Mm-hmm.
take $100 and turn it into $101, you made $1.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just it. And
And
let yourself believe that. I mean, that's true.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And be like, okay, I won.
Give yourself
Okay, there's that
credit for
little
that.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get the next one. Let's get the next one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you learn as you go. And the trick is don't hurt yourself. We were talking to some people last night, and they were talking about friends of theirs that had mortgaged their homes, to get in some of these other companies that are defunct now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're worried about losing their house, guys. That's
Yeah.
that's terrible.
I
It's
can't even
terrible that somebody
imagine.
did that. I'm telling you, don't mortgage your house.
I can't
You know
even
what I mean?
imagine
Only
that.
time unless you want to do a refi and add something to it or fix it or something, I don't know. But don't not for some business. Most businesses that you're going to get into, unless it's like you're building your own business, like if you're opening a little restaurant or a store or something like that. Yeah, that's your
Correct.
out of money that you're going to
Right.
need, but you're not going to need to put $50,000 in to get involved in something. At least not something reputable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity out there that's not scams, but there's a whole lot of scams.
Right.
And
Right.
just don't roll the dice with your livelihood so much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, now wait a second. But as I say that, this is where you have to adapt and change. That story changes for certain people. If you're living on the streets and you got $300, you got access to Wi-Fi and a laptop you can use or something, then hey man, I say
Public
try it.
library.
Well, that's
Public library.
I mean, and I know that sounds nuts. You know what I mean?
Right.
That sounds like you're trying to get from the people with the least. It's like, no, I'm trying to figure out a way to get the people that have the least more.
Right.
It's like, and
Okay. So
this is the thing. We've gotten really different on our show than what we used to do, too. We used to talk about our nonprofits we were working on and all these things, and being a good steward to your community and being involved and helping, and we've gotten real business oriented lately.
mm-hmm.
And we've been trying to tear it back, but we get on these tears. You know what I mean?
everything's been
Sorry.
kind of
We just got,
everything's been kind of
you know,
side marked because we've been pretty business oriented. So when we hop on and do these calls, our mindset is in business mode, and that's not a direct reflection of you guys. That's a direct reflection of us. But what I wanted to share about that was just this morning I was talking to one of the Core Five members, and um, thank you, Core Five, for making yourselves always available to all of us and being able to
those
to talk to us.
Jeremy.
Um, hey, Jeremy, by the way, hi. And so I was
I
talking
thought,
to one of the core five this morning, and I was actually speaking about um, my experience in crypto, right, and why I came out of retirement to get into crypto. And I said to this person, I'm not going to call their names; they know who they are. I said to this person, I said, you know, I I I'm not going to tell a lie and say that I didn't see that I could personally benefit from this new money and
right,
from working in this new money. But what I saw was something bigger than that, was that if I could harness it, if I could learn it, if I could win doing it, then I would be able to share it and help other people to do the same thing. And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, and there was no cryptogenics around then. That was just kind of my mindset, right? Because for anyone who's been on our presentations, you kind of know that, I came to this because the universe decided to give us a child at 48 years old. And that child happened to be 7. And that changed the dynamics of our household. It changed the dynamics of our finances. It changed our lives for the better, all definitely for the better. But at the same time, I began to, or we began to, I should say, look for a way to produce more income, to produce more money, and to look out for this new soul that we had, in our custody, in our care. I like the word care better, in our care, and make sure that person was taken care of, right? And so I saw the opportunity to get involved with a new money and learn how it worked. And then I saw a bigger opportunity of sharing it and paying it forward and helping other people. And that's the real story there. That is the real story about how I got involved. And a lot of you don't know that, especially on the replay, because you guys don't get to our presentations, which is fine. I understand. Everybody has to hit the presentation that works for them, and I applaud that. But what I am saying is that I felt like it was important today to kind of touch on that and just explain where the desire for crypto came from. And for me personally, it was really about taking some money out of the bank and putting it into then Bitcoin, not really crypto, but putting it in Bitcoin and kind of fertilizing it and watering it and making it grow, right? So, and there was a lot of that going on in 2017, and it's still a lot of that going on in 2017. Okay, you got to remember that when I got involved, a Bitcoin was 1850, not $18.50, but $1,850. That
hey,
and that same Bitcoin now is worth $7,100 today. Yeah, buddy.
hey, you know we got a presentation right after this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Just don't use those words too much. You only get to use them so many times a day.
I know, right? So, no, I seriously just
Hey
wanted
guys,
to.
that's basically the intro to a presentation. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
seriously.
Chris tells you his story, and he just told you his story if you hadn't heard it before. For the most part, the basic, the gist of it. Mine's a little bit different. I saw something and just kicked the door in. You know what I mean? I
Sure
bothered.
am
I called
glad you
him
did, buddy.
15 times in the. I called him 15 times that first day. I called him once, and I'm not kidding. I was trying to sign people up the minute they told me about it. And they're like, Joe, you can't be doing this. You don't even know how to do this. I was like, well, whatever. I was like, and I remember I had one conversation. I was like, man, I'm just trying to. And I got told, you don't know what you're doing yet. Don't worry about it. I was like, oh, okay. And sometimes you got to kind of yell at me to get the point
Mm-hmm.
because, well, you just do. You know what I mean? But I was like, oh, wait a second. I don't need to feel bad about the company hasn't even soft launched yet. I don't have people signed up. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. I was like, it was pre-soft launch. And I'm like, oh, okay. Man, I was trying to get cards. I was trying to get everything going. I was like, boom, 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 let's do this. Let's do it. And I just get excited about things, and when I saw it, I was going to do it anyways, regardless of what it was. I was like, I went in, didn't even know what it was. Well, let me tell you what it is first. Well, okay, that's fine, but let me give you my money.
Yeah.
It's just how it was, And then when it was explained to me, I was like, whoa, okay, I like this. Now I knew what Bitcoin was already. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now I never messed with it or anything because I thought you had to buy a Bitcoin. I didn't know you could buy Satoshis. You know what I mean? I didn't know what a Satoshi was. I didn't know you could buy a portion of it. Because I watched something on Morgan Spurlock did a thing on HBO where he went around and all he had was Bitcoin. And I thought you had to buy. And at that point, I think Bitcoin was like $500. You know what I mean? When this documentary came out.
Mm-hmm.
But there was little shops and stuff that took it, and they're working on some new products. And this isn't a secret about the merchant stuff that's going to come out. So I'm not letting no cats out of the bag or nothing. It's just everything's timed and processed. It needs to be done.
Right.
And merchants are going to be great for your company because you can get in with these merchants and talk to them. You know what I mean? It's another stepping point. Now they're going to release that when they're ready. That's all there is to that. Don't try to push it. I have merchants.
Don't try to make it happen.
Already. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's not going to. Just sit back and hold, just hold.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's happening. But it rolls out as it needs to.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like, well, what else is going on? What else is going on? And I'm the same way. But you also have to understand, yes, there's a lot coming down the pike. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of stuff coming through. But it all needs due time because we can't stack everything on top of everything. Everybody, all this. No. You're going, but I know all this. Well, yeah, but that new person on the presentation doesn't know a damn thing about mining rigs. Okay? Right. And so we can't push that right off the when you have a person that doesn't know what a Bitcoin is. Right. And that's kind of the thing. It's like we kind of need to get back to our roots, I think, and really focus on the education. You know what I mean?
Right.
And let's focus on, like Chris and I want to focus on building the teams, building our partners. You know what I mean? Building the people. Okay. Let's instill belief in people. Let's show people the positive. Let's, stay excited about things. And I'm not saying to go woo-hoo all the time like an idiot. You know what I mean?
No.
But, build. Right. You got to cultivate and nurture. And if you cultivate and nurture, and guys, that's what all these training programs tell us too. Okay. You don't need a team of 700 people. You know what I mean? You need a core team of so many, and then they go and they go and they go, because it's about duplicating yourself. Right. Now, you can duplicate you can make somebody memorize what to say for easy. Okay. That's not what we're focusing on. I mean, that may be what you want to focus on. But
that's called scripting.
Chris and I are focusing on. We're we're not trying to script things. We want you to believe in it. We want you to know it too. We want you to know this information front and back, side to side. Chris and I can go through a presentation blind, and just I know what to say after he says it, just because we've done it so many times, and we just know the system. But it took a while to learn the system. You know what I mean? Binaries are very confusing.
Correct.
They really are. But they're laid out in a very simple pattern, and just go with that. When you start breaking down into it, it gets real complicated. You know what I mean? But every day, it's no big deal. We got it. Boom.
And I'm glad you said that, Joe, because that's really true. And we want to build teams of people that have desire. We don't want to build teams of zombies. Okay, and I don't say that disrespectfully. When I say that because, sometimes people get involved just to be involved, and then, they really don't do a whole lot, or they just mimic whatever it is that you say or do, instead of really being involved and having their heart and soul in it. And, at the time that happens, you have to look at it and go, well, okay, that's not the person, that I was looking for, and that's okay. And you still give those people support. Don't misunderstand me. You still give those people support and answer their questions, and do emails for them, presentations, the whole 9 yards. But it's not the person that you're looking for. The people that you're looking for are the same type of people that you are. Okay, they have a burning desire. Okay, and it could be, maybe the desire is not for the same thing. Maybe your desire is about decentralization. And maybe their desire is just about a new money that they don't have to ask the bank if they can use. Okay, so it can be different things, right, and still be the same thing. So Joe and I were talking last night. We had a great conversation with some of our business partners last night, and it was a late night, and that's okay. It happens. Those types of things happen. But we all at the end of the call, we were all on the same page, and that's beautiful because we were able to
Right.
listen to one another. We were able to ask questions of one another, and I'm a big proponent of asking people how they feel about something, not what they think about something, because your brain and your heart work on two different levels. And I feel as if though last night we really got into one another's minds and hearts both, and we were able to see what each other was thinking, and then come to a conclusion that was good for everybody and the best for the company and for everybody's businesses. And that is what it's about. What people don't realize is these small mastermind groups, they are instrumental in growing this company. And the reason for that, and I'm going to let Joe talk about this because he's pretty passionate about little masterminds and things being instrumental in growth. The reason for that is because you connect on a level that you don't connect with when you're training, or when you're presenting, or when you meet someone. You don't have enough time to really connect. So it's all about that connection. Wouldn't you agree, Joe? And he shakes his head
Completely.
yes.
And yes, completely. Absolutely. This is the thing. When you do the little mastermind groups, and you have 5 or 6 or 10 people sitting around and you're talking, is what you're doing. You're just talking about the stuff, you're going over things. Hey, what do you think about this? I don't, and I'm one of these people. If I ask your opinion, I want your honest opinion. I don't care if you're thinking, Joe, I think your shirt looks stupid. If I ask you, tell me. Don't tell me my ass isn't fat when it is. You know what I mean? Pardon my language, but that's what I mean.
Point.
If you got a problem with the way something's working,
Right.
if you got a problem with the way something's working, or something's not getting through you, or you think it's just a bad model, you know what I mean? Then you can tell me that. Like I'm okay with it. I'm not going to say that I'm going to agree with you. You know what I mean? Or what I'm going to do with it. But it's good to get these things out because, for one, you never want to have picked up stuff in you. That's just bad. It causes cancer, man. You know what I mean? It really does. Stress and heart attacks. And stress is the leading cause of heart attacks, guys.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's not a joke. Like, you need to get your feelings out. And anytime you feel like you're not being appreciated, we got to appreciate up on the thing. Appreciated or, listened to, then go somewhere else and tell somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Chris and I, we worked with people last night. I don't think any of them were in our downline, actually. Were they?
Mm-mm. No, I don't think so.
So what we're saying is we're here for the entire company. All 3,000 and something people that are in it right now can come to us. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you speak another language, we may have a bit of a barrier there. You know what I mean? But
we'll figure it out.
But we're still there to help. We'll figure something out.
Yep.
We'll get a translator on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for everybody. There's no, we talk about our teams and our this, and guys, there's no teams. It's one team. That's all there is to it. And that's the way it has to be. Susie's not better than Johnny. You know what I mean? And I don't care if Johnny's got 5,000 people. Susie's got 17,000. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She's still no better than Johnny. And they're especially not better than Sue, who's got nobody.
Right.
If Susie and Johnny want to be good, they need to help. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You don't hoard success. You share it, But that's kind of like that. The mastermind groups, you get to talk. Okay?
Yes.
You get to new ideas. You go, oh, you like that? Well, you know what? I like that too, but I didn't want to say anything. Or I thought the same thing. Maybe I'm not wrong. Or, oh, you're right. Maybe I am wrong. That's a bad way of looking at it. You get opinions. And we build relationships in business, people. That's why I could have done a meeting over the phone for what I did today. Real simple. But I went and talked to people face to face. I'll be back tomorrow talking face to face.
Right.
Because I'm building a relationship to make some silly T-shirts. It's not. I'm not changing the world with T-shirts. But you know what? You know what this company's motto is on the outside of their building? Their big sign? Change your shirt, change the world.
There you go.
And I pulled up and saw that, and I thought, we're going to get along. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to get along with these people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, this is going to be a good one. You know?
Yep.
And, you know, it's things like that. You know, some people don't care about changing the world, but I think everybody kind of secretly wants to. We all want to be important and feel good. And that's okay. You know, I like doing nice things for people for selfish reasons because it makes me feel good about myself. You know what I mean? Be selfish. Do something nice for somebody to make yourself feel good. You know, like, you know, we've kind of got away from this. Like I said earlier, hold a door for somebody. Go out of your way, not just when they're standing right behind you. You know, like when they pull up to the convenience store and you see them getting out of their car, like they're walking up and you're already in, but you go, hey, there you go. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. When someone holds the door for you, say thank you, appreciate it. You know, things like that. Another thing, I'm gonna put this board up and let Chris talk about this because I've been rambling. So we're gonna talk about this, and this goes back to some company stuff.
You're not rambling.
Here's the board, buddy.
Cars and watches.
You want to talk about that?
I do because it's 2:30. Right. It's 2:39.
Can we time out?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. No worries. So, you know, it's time to get back to our core values and get back to, you know, communicating, collaborating, and helping one another. Here's the thing that is really very simple. You know, with our company, the message is that we want to help everybody, right? We want to teach the world crypto and Bitcoin, obviously, and all of the things about crypto and Bitcoin. But additionally, we want to make sure that people are happy and people can take care of their families and people can, you know, go on that vacation or buy their kids new school shoes or whatever the case may be, right? So, Cryptogenics did something really cool. They put together some incentives, and last night, talking to some people that are in the company, but you know they're on the newer end of things. Found out that they didn't really realize that we have a Rolex watch that we're giving away. They didn't really realize that all those cars, no one had won those yet, right? Because we're in pre-launch. We haven't done enough volume. We haven't done enough volume, so they didn't think they were in the running for that. And so I want to make sure that everybody understands that, you know, those things are up for grabs. Like there isn't any one person that is a shoe-in to get any of those, right? There isn't any one person that is labeled to win everything. And I think that's cool because everybody has the exact same opportunity. So, you know, when you're looking at your businesses, when you're looking at your crypto businesses, look at them with passion, look at them with optimism, look at them with desire. You know, if it takes a Rolex to get you out there and talking to people, okay, then envision a Rolex. If it takes one of those cars, okay, you know, whatever it takes. But we just wanted to make sure that we encourage everyone to take advantage of the rewards. And we have a presentation to do at 3 o'clock. So I'm going to kick it over to Joe because I know he's got something he wants to say. I'm going to let him say what he needs to say. Then I'm going to let him end us out. So I'm going to say, see you tomorrow. And hey, Joe, what do you know?
If you've gone through the training, you've seen the fact that we have different levels. Okay. You know, emerald, sapphire, ruby, diamond, all this stuff. That all has to do with where you even out on your things, on your people, and stuff like that. Let's work on building a big company, building a good company, and a great partnerships with people. And let's not focus on just that. Okay.
Right.
Let's not just add people to add people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know that's probably not the most popular thing to say, but all that does, it turns it into just a money-making affair in my mind. And that's not what we're based on, guys. That's not the sole purpose of this. The sole purpose is to educate people, to help. You know what I mean? To keep other people from getting messed around.
Yeah.
You know, and to educate yourself too. You know, I mean, just educate yourself first, because you know you can't help anybody else if you don't help yourself. But don't put added pressure on yourselves to do certain things. You know what I mean? Grow at your own pace. Enjoy, please. The education is super important. And honestly, if you have any questions with anything that Chris or I can help you with, and I'm volunteering him because I know we're a team here, or we're partners. Sorry, we're not a team, but we're partners in this thing. And we're here to help you. We want to help you. We want everyone to succeed, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. I got another meeting on the shirts. I'm still trying to work through some more things with them. We're still good. Saturday's the deadline for orders to be in. Unless something comes up, then I'll extend it. You know what I mean? But we're looking at a Saturday deadline. Working through some kinks on some things. We'll get it going. We'll got it all going good. But we love y'all. Have fun. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
We love you guys. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.